and welcome to the dungeon.
The sex dungeon.
The sex dungeon. You're already fucking sweating like crazy.
I am. I'm always sweating.
I really should get the cool.
I don't have a hair to catch my sweat, so
Yeah,
I
that's
just
fair
embrace
enough. I
that.
should have got a sweatband for you. Should we wear glasses for this episode?
We're not doing conspiracy talk,
We're
mate.
gonna do conspiracy talk. So do you want to do this like episode 1, like the new studio? This essentially could be the beginning of this. Welcome to the.
We're in the Ark right now. It's flooded. You
Yeah.
can't see outside.
At all, and it's
Yeah.
1,000 degrees now in this sweat shack.
Yeah.
As predicted in Mildura, it is 30 degrees outside and 100 degrees in here. Hopefully the fans aren't really heard too loudly. So, on this episode we have Chris returns, because it's been like 4 weeks since you like 3 weeks since you last. I've probably been 4 weeks actually since last week.
Yeah, maybe even longer.
Yeah, you've been dead.
Yeah.
What have you been doing? You've been suffering in actual like medical wards.
Yeah, I've been living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream, as to be honest. I've been trying to figure out like how I should approach this episode, just because like memes are easier, or like we got the. I don't know. How do you want to approach this today?
Well, as you can see, this is our new. We have a banner now.
A banner. Let me just remove that. I should probably like get it down there. It's just that'll be easier. Then you can see the logo. I'll get a stand for that too. Then I'll put my
Boom stand.
yeah, or something. Just so it's not
Something.
the logo. We got a skull of a cow that I found when I went camping in year 12. Out in the middle of nowhere, found a dead body and just picked it up. I made like it used to be, and I've got his pelvis over there. They used to stand the skull on. We've got the Fuck Shack logo there from my girlfriend that I got given for our anniversary. Long story short, this is not the Fuck Shack, but it's an inside story. We got a racist Chinese man that was given to me for this Christmas by a friend, which ended up being a scavenger hunt. And we got a photo frame of Jim Croce, which is part of the scavenger hunt story, which I should probably get Sean on to discuss that one. We got Shrek the Buddha. We got Dr. Meerkat. We got the Seer from Vikings. We got Heihachi Mishima and the elf. I can't remember the fucking name now. The elf from The Hobbit. Yeah, and soon I'll have these bolted in with photo frames up on them, and I've also got the assortment of good shit down here, like, you know, the conspiracy helmets and
Conspiracy
glasses and
helmet.
stuff.
We've only got one.
Yeah,
Now we can't get any more anymore.
No, because
Yeah.
a manufacturer hasn't made them anymore.
Jack has moved away.
For now. I
Yeah.
think he'll be back.
Yeah, I think he's in Sydney,
Yeah.
so it might be hard to get him there.
Sit away. We'll get him on a Zoom call.
Yeah, we'll ship him in. The
Yeah.
government's coming for him. He's moved away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the government's after him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
So Matt,
how have your 4 weeks been? What have you been up to?
me,
Yeah.
pain
Pain
and suffering.
and suffering.
Yeah,
Like out of Naruto.
yeah,
Yeah, in Ward 3.
pretty much.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on
In the medical ward. The medical ward is fun.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on medical nursing? All for the sake of your job, you don't tell us.
No, it's yeah. I have a huge amount of respect for what they do, but it's too much. There's too much patient care, not enough actual stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's too much just bullshit,
Yeah.
and it's all very You just come in and you just like work, hurry up, get stuff done,
Yeah.
and task focused, and you never get to like talk about why we're doing things, or
Yeah.
you never get to like stop. So
The rat race.
yeah, literally.
So, speaking of rats, who do you think would win in a fight? Stuart Little or Remy from Ratatouille?
And Stuart Little, obviously.
Why?
I don't know.
What?
You could do some Iron Man shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Remy's got control of the person.
Yeah.
So we're saying like Remy without the person?
Oh. I have no idea.
Yeah. This is where the plot thickens.
This is where we go deep.
Yeah,
in the
deep
podcast.
dive into the versus
The
who
lore.
versus who.
Yeah.
The lore of Remy or Stuart Little. Well, Stuart Little, like, is he actually a rat or is he a mouse? I think he's just
He's
a
a
mouse.
mouse and he got adopted. With
Yeah.
His, brother or something.
Well, mice are significantly smaller than, like, rats.
Yeah, but
But
I don't know.
So if
He
Stuart,
has little cars he can drive around and stuff.
yeah, in a plane,
Yeah.
but Remy can like use knives, all right. Remy has lethal force.
Can't believe this is. Well, opening with this.
Yeah, well, I had to find content. It's been a week and a half since I last released my last episode, and that was too serious.
What was the 1 week and a half ago? Oh,
That was
about
with
yeah.
Courtney and talking about different denominations of religion
Oh, yeah.
and her search for truth and all that sort of stuff. Which I'll get it back on for good and evil. We'll discuss in an episode on what's good and what's evil. Which there may not be
Is
anything
there
at all.
good? Yeah.
To be continued. Anyway, back to the story. Stuart will win because he has planes and a car. He could just run over Remy. He could just like be driving down the street and
He
just
could just
run
like
him
go
over.
Iron Man, just build himself like a little robot
suit. Okay, so does that mean Remy still has full access to like his human?
I would presume so. Oh, he could just go around controlling humans.
Yeah. No, I think it's only that particular one, like
Oh, okay.
whatever his name is. And he has like actual human hands which can grasp larger things. Just depends how it plays out. Like, what sort of environment are we talking here? Are we talking about the streets of New York from like Stuart Little 2? Or like, or the streets of France? Or the kitchen? Because if Stuart built like a
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay kitchen,
Yeah, he can control Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, that'd be a fiery inferno. That'd be horrible. You weren't ready for that, were you today?
No.
I couldn't think of anything else. I found like a whole laundry list of philosophical topics that we could talk about, depending upon what you feel like talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we'll go with that. What do you mean by like how Remy will defeat Stuart?
Yeah, depending on your perspective, right? Like how the same thing can be interpreted like very differently.
Yeah.
By people who have different outlooks on it, and how that different outlook can change the outcome.
Yeah.
How you look at something can change how it's not about life isn't about like objectively what the hand you're dealt, but how you choose to deal with it in different ways.
Like in a religion.
Like in a religion. What ways, mate?
Well, most religions are talking about the same thing. The only difference is their perspective. Like most of them are discussing the grand scheme of existence and different cultures and emotional interpretation results in different religions. Yeah, that's one aspect of a perspective that I could be right or wrong about. Please don't kill me. So what aspects do you want to talk about?
Like, we see that in healthcare as well,
Yeah.
with people, and they have different outlooks on the same situation and how that affects, their actions and stuff.
Yeah, so
I mean,
such as like an obese patient who continually comes through over and over again and doesn't seem to want to fix their own problems because they have a system that does.
Yeah, or even just like seeing people who both have like can both have a stroke, and one person recovers because they're super motivated, or like putting themselves in this position where they're like, I have to recover. It's only a setback versus the woe is me kind of perspective.
Yeah.
Like it's all too hard, it's all, the world's against me kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And how that doesn't get you any further and actually only gets you worse.
Yeah. So what do you think that so let's start with maybe discussing that woe is me mentality. Where do you think that sort of stuff develops from? Like why do you think those perspectives are being held in like healthcare? Like for somebody
Like
else.
woe is me.
Yeah, because if you want to talk about perspective, there's millions of different types of perspective in the context of healthcare. Why is somebody woe is me? Like what causes that, do you think?
I think it has to do with a little bit their life experiences, but also just their perspective on everything.
Yeah.
Some people see life as this thing where everything has to be cushy and easy.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that, life has to be all going for me, not against me.
Yeah.
And so every time they see something that goes against you, instead of seeing it as a part of life, they see it as
That's
Hold on,
right.
I'll close.
Close the inner sanctum. The sex dungeon.
We're locked in here now.
If someone grabs the key and locks us in, we're fucked.
Yeah, I have my phone.
That's right, we'll be fine. As you're saying.
And then they see everything should be easy and it all should go in my favour and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, do you think that's more like, let's say, do you think that's a grand cultural creation? Do you think some people who become like that, who think it should be easy, is a cultural thing? Like, for example, like in Australia, like we seem to like the Australian dream's compo. Like actually having an easy
It depends
life.
where you're from.
Yeah.
So, like you see a lot of farmers aren't the same, or a lot of people in like rural and regional areas who
Yeah.
go through a lot of tough stuff don't
Don't-
have the same outlook.
Yeah. Do you think that's just because of the harder nature of their lifestyle?
Yeah, I think it's what you're exposed to as well.
Yeah.
If you live your whole life in like a cushy, easy environment and never do anything that's hard, then
Yeah.
when something does happen that's bad and you've never gone through adversity before, it'll feel like the whole world's against you.
Yeah. I've been reading a book or listening to a book recently.
Mhm.
David Goggins. Never finished his new book that came out,
Oh, okay, yeah.
which is essentially talking about the whole perspective aspect. Where it's like he discusses how like essentially his philosophy is like to become the toughest. He wants to become the toughest man on the planet, and so like his way of adapting his perspective is seeing those challenging things as a something that's going to come towards his goal.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, and seeing it as like a minor setback and like you can get something out of your struggles
yeah,
in life as well.
yeah,
I think when you talk about the human experience and what is guaranteed to happen to us, there's the duality of everything.
yeah,
Where there's happiness, there's sadness. Where there's,
yeah,
where there's sort of like peace, there's suffering.
yeah,
If you want to, like, how good is it if having that day off or going on that holiday if you've worked really hard for it?
yeah,
How good is your day off if you spent the whole week suffering?
yeah,
Or you come home after a long day of work and sitting on the couch is like the best thing ever.
yeah,
Whereas you get someone who's on the dole and not doing anything with themselves, and
yeah,
sitting on the couch all day sucks and they want to
Yeah.
go do stuff.
yeah.
Whereas the person who's going and doing stuff just wants to do nothing.
Hmm.
It's all...
All relative. Well,
Mm.
well, you don't really know those things unless you experience like a contrast to it, of course. So that's
Mm.
why they exist. Like you don't understand freedom until like you're not.
Mm.
That is interesting that like our whole lives are just affected by our position and then our interpretation of that position.
Mm.
And like
Your own perspective.
yeah,
And the way you choose to look at the world.
yeah, and we're in a unique position as people to actually be able to like manipulate that, which is pretty interesting, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. Like how my guy opened up the 8th gate in
Spoilers, man. Spoilers. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Sponsored by G Fuel.
If you always stupid. I wish I could get David Goggins on.
And here in Australia, we're just like,
Yeah.
we'll go to see Jocko in May and we'll be like, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
Come do jiu-jitsu in Mildura.
Yeah, come break my neck.
Yeah.
He'd
Can you
de-
imagine?
He'd definitely snap my neck in half. Good old Jocko.
Also, take a road trip through Australia when he's gone from like Melbourne to Adelaide.
Yeah. So
And he'll stop in Mildura.
oh, he'd have to go through Mildura. He would have to go through Mildura, wouldn't he? Really,
If he
unless
was
he went.
driving, he'd probably fly.
Yeah. If he was taking a bus or something, a Jocko tour. No, he'd be taking like a tank.
Stops in Mildura.
Some like MP. Yeah. Nah, I doubt he'd come through. So what made you want to talk about perspective, or what brought on that topic?
I don't know, I just thought it'd be interesting to look at, like,
Yeah.
talking to my father, like, recently,
Yeah.
about, like, him having cancer and it being terminally ill. Like, he's had 2 diagnoses, so one in the past was about, like, 8 years ago, gave him, like, less than, like, 2% of, like, living, like, 4 years or something like that,
Yeah.
and they eradicated it 100%.
Yeah.
Which is pretty well unheard of, and then getting cancer again. But his whole perspective is that you have to live life. You
Yeah.
can't just sit there and go and just give up, because you may as well die then.
Yeah.
And so he's had friends who he's been diagnosed who have then also been diagnosed and they just die off because they just sit at home and they don't do anything with themselves.
Yeah.
And they just go, oh, poor me,
Yeah.
this sucks, I'm just going to sit at home and watch TV.
Yeah.
And seeing maybe there's a difference there in, your perspective on it, and not only how much you enjoy your life, but also the outcome, whether that has an effect on the actual outcome of your cancer survival.
Or your health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's definitely some, of course there's definitely some truth behind that. Like old people, like your Jerrys.
The Jerrys.
The Jerrys, like those.
You love them.
Those who are not independent, they end up suffering and dying earlier.
Or don't want to maintain their independence.
Yeah.
And just want to
Die off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll definitely end. So it's very interesting how your mental perspective can actually have this overall effect on your physical being.
Yeah, it can have very real physical
Yeah.
consequences.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about with old mate the other day not coming to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's old mate? Oh yeah. Never mind. Anyway, as you're saying. Yep.
And how he didn't want to come to jiu-jitsu because of this or that, and he wanted to get his life in order and stuff.
Yeah.
But or you could look at it as jiu-jitsu as a way to have regulation in your life.
Yeah.
And would that positively affect those things that you're trying to get under control?
Yeah.
So there's always multiple ways to look at one thing.
Yeah. But
It's never just one.
Yeah. But with altering those perspectives, it takes a lot of mental strength and effort. It's not easy, especially when you're not used to doing that all the time. It's really hard to get yourself off the couch if you're used to the couch.
You only have to do it once, and then you can go back to it and then do it again, and then what I'm saying. You
yeah.
can try a little bit every single day.
Yeah, it's not
It's
only
not.
once,
It's
hundreds
not
of
like you have
times.
to flick it like a switch.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
It's
not
like
easy.
it's like quitting cigarettes or something like that.
Yeah.
You quit it. You maybe last a day.
Yeah.
Okay, then you try again. Then you last 2 days. Then you try again. Then you last 3 days, and then
Yeah, but still not necessarily easy.
yeah.
Yeah. It takes.
But if you don't try,
yeah, you got to at least try.
yeah.
Yeah. So what are you trying to change any aspects to your perspective or anything like that you seem to be? That you seem to be seems to be something you need to change or?
Like in terms of probably less negativity.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just learning to. One of the things that I struggle with is I'm always looking forward,
Yeah.
or never in the moment. I'm always what's the next thing that I'm going to do, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, rather than just enjoying what's right here and what I want to do,
Yeah.
and trying to enjoy every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of just looking at it as looking forward to the weekend or when I get time off.
Yeah.
Try and enjoy every single day and try and get something out of
Every
day at work, especially in an environment where at work I'm not necessarily enjoying it.
Yeah.
Trying to, maybe get something
Yeah.
out of each day.
You can even find the fun of how shit it is.
Yeah.
The best thing about a shit situation is making jokes about it.
Yeah.
That's probably the best thing you can do. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Okay.
And also then continuing to do the stuff that I enjoy as
Yeah.
well. Because normally, when my mental health gets bad, the first thing I do is stop doing stuff.
Yeah.
I'll want to just be at home and sleep for 13 hours a day and not go to the gym, and because I've got a shit job or last
Yeah.
whatever. So continuing to do the things lately that have been giving me a lot of purpose, like jiu-jitsu, as cliche as it sounds.
Yeah.
Even going to the gym now, it's I'm going to the gym because I want to get stronger for jiu-jitsu and stay physically strong and fit. And I want to go do cardio so I can, last longer and I can last an entire 5-minute round or whatever.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. True. There's
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And trying to do the things that I enjoy, even when your life's bad, because those are the things that gives your life meaning.
Yeah.
So even if you're in a situation where you have a shitty job and you don't like it, look at that job as hey, I'm going to use it to get it somewhere. I'm going to, go to work and I'm going to work extra shifts so I can save up and put myself through university or open a business or invest in something. But also, work being a means to an end, a means to getting money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And using that money to live your life, which is really, I always looked at work as, has to be something that you're super passionate about, especially what we do.
Yeah.
Where people are like, oh, well, if you don't like it, you shouldn't do it. At the end of the day, it's your job. And really, all it is just how you pay the bills.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that is
Yeah.
a bonus. So why not do something, that yes, you're passionate about as well, but fits all your, fits all the criteria. And so that's why I'm looking at things like, perhaps do I try and get to like a outpatient or community setting,
Yeah.
like for work, away from the ER, super busy, super fast paced, super draining inpatient, or like looking back at mental health and how much I enjoyed working there.
Yeah.
As there's tough stuff everywhere, and I had reservations working there, but
Every place has got their problems.
yeah, and looking at, it doesn't have to be the dream job that I aspired to,
Yeah.
but it might be a job that I enjoy, but also feels like what I want out of a job.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's very I think the key to like success and those sort of thing is like it seems like you're doing this, lowering your expectations.
And like you're not going to love every single day at work, and you're not going to love every aspect, and sometimes you might not even like your job, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Your job's not who you are. It's just part of your life.
Exactly. Like, I try not to identify with like my nursing thing. I don't even identify with the things I do. I just do them. Well, not fully anyway, I wouldn't say. I'll probably need some time to think on that one. But
yeah, well, I think the things you do identify you, but
it's not like.
But it's like it's all part of you.
Yeah.
It's not like the one, like you see those people in like one thing, or like their job is like their entire personality.
Yeah.
Which I think is really, it's really common in what we do.
Yeah.
Like you see in emergency services, the military, healthcare, it's like they're a doctor and that's their entire personality is that they're a doctor or that they're a nurse. And that, I'm an emergency, I'm an ICU nurse, and it's like this big accolade. And it's all there, and that's fair enough.
Yeah, I understand for doctors because like they're spending like their life, they spend a huge chunk of their life becoming that, and that's their life. Like it's medicine.
Well, it has to be.
It's their practice.
It has to be. Yeah. For them, because with the amount of hours they work and.
Yeah.
But to me, it's just I don't see that as.
Yeah.
I got like a mate that works 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Yeah. And like his entire personality is just his job. Yeah. That's all he talks about. We go out like now for dinner. Yeah. All he talks about is his work. Yeah. And it's like that's all which when you're spending like what.
Half your day.
Like 80 hours a week working. Yeah. What can you expect but
that? Like yeah. I guess like for me like probably similar to you that like I will build upon like my career in nursing, but I basically use it as a means to do what I really want. Because like the things I really want to do are like I can't get. Well, I could potentially get paid for it if I like out of the 0.1% of the population somehow. It's not necessarily going to happen, but currently that's not occurring. So I just use it to support the things I want to do, like do jiu-jitsu, go work out, like go on adventures, read books, do a podcast, buy equipment to do that.
Yeah, and the flexibility of nursing as well.
Yeah.
Allows for that.
Yeah. And of course, like mental health nursing, you get a lot of perspectives and you learn a lot of new things. It's not necessarily learning clinical skills like putting an IV cannula in or anything like that. It's more or less learning how to interpret different perspectives, full circle, and how to actually work with that. And so you actually learn like a multitude of skills in 8 hours. That's if you actually pay attention to what you're doing. Some people don't, but that's if you're actually paying attention to what you're doing.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I think especially right now, so I'm going to try and do. I said I want to be a paramedic, but then, I guess, like I said, my perspective on what I wanted and what I need right now with everything going on in life. Maybe talking to a few paramedics about their work-life balance, and now that I'm actually starting to get like a life outside of work, like instead of it just being like go to work, work out, go home, play video games, now I'm starting to get hobbies and things that I enjoy and people that I enjoy seeing and hanging out with, and people who are paramedics and they're working 20 or 12, 14 hours a day, not really getting to do much with their life, and outside of work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Maybe do I want to do that? Do I want to do that now? Will that change? That could change in a few years and might go back the other way. I might go,
Yeah.
now's the time, but that's why I'm going to try and, even if I go back to mental health, try and keep the emergency thing
Yeah.
like once a fortnight.
Yeah. Keep those skills in
Yeah,
your back.
because I want to work more as well.
Yeah.
Like, working part-time's good for work-life balance, but it's not good for your bank account,
Yeah.
always.
Depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to do like 0.9,
Yeah.
for example, get like one,
Extra
work
shift.
4 shifts one week, then 5 shifts the next week,
Yeah.
and have like a really good life balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find side hustles like Bitcoin.
Yeah, I was thinking of investing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even. I
Actually.
have to look at my wallet to see like what it's like at the moment. I think Bitcoin's crashed recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably not as much
And
as
NFTs.
NFTs. Oh, beautiful.
I have a cousin that was doing NFTs and he put like 10 grand in
Yeah.
last year and he got like 20 grand profit. Or
Oh,
something
nice.
Like
Not bad. Just doubled it.
that. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's not bad.
How do you even cash in NFTs?
He didn't, and like now,
It's
I
fine.
haven't talked to him though in a while, so I don't know whether he has or not.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, he does like a policy where he's like putting like $50 or $100 in a week, him and his
Yeah.
partner, and they just like keep putting it in
Yeah.
every single week and just keep investing.
Hmm. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know if I'd better do that. I probably could. Would you consider doing something like that?
What?
Like do an investment each week?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think if you don't and you try, because I've been trying to be like, oh, I'll save up and then put a bunch of money into it, and
Yeah.
I think if you just keep putting like, say, even if it's $20, and you just play around with the stock market,
Yeah.
even if you lose that $20, it's like putting $20 in the pokies or
Yeah.
like. But neither of us drink,
Yeah.
so I'd say that as like some people spend like $250 a week going out on the weekends,
Yeah.
or run $50 through the pokies. I could put $25 or $50 into the stock market maybe,
Yeah.
and you know, even if I lose 25% of that, I'm still getting like $40.
Sure.
back. So
Yeah,
I've
true.
really only spent 10,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll make 10%.
True. I've got to think about that. Because I really want to find other means outside of work to, like, for example, if I ever get the opportunity to monetize this, I'll definitely monetize this podcast. But it's
Sell
just,
out.
it's gonna be a slow grind though. But like, that's
Jesus.
it's
Raid Shadow.
Yeah, Raid. Our sponsor, Raid Shadow. No.
We shouldn't say that. We got to edit that.
Oh,
now,
you're true.
don't
No. Not a sponsor. Sorry, just jokes only.
we?
Unless you want to be. Do you know they actually made like a Ronda Rousey character for that game?
No.
Oh, I don't mind. We'll just won't talk about it because we might get in trouble. But yeah. Yeah. I remember listening on my trip to Mount Hotham when I was going by myself, listening to another audiobook.
When you went without me.
And I went without you.
Yeah.
I tried to invite you, didn't I?
I think you did.
Did, but you couldn't because you had like your work couldn't.
Yeah,
with it.
our work weeks were
Yeah.
like opposite.
And I tried to invite Jono too, but he wasn't having a bar of it.
We should have gone. That would have been good. We're still trying to do a
Japan trip,
no. What's that? Grampians.
Grampians,
We
yeah.
could go like hiking.
Well, if you,
I wouldn't mind doing like a budget trip to the Grampians.
we could definitely
The
do
problem
it.
is like money.
Yeah,
Like getting money right now. I'm putting money into like trying to save for Japan.
yeah. Like budget, trip, yeah.
It'd be nice to like just go away, like even like stay in a swag or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, those trips,
Whatever.
those are the best trips, and they're cheap and they're fun.
Yeah.
Like for the Grampians, we could do that. Well, it depends on what your work schedule's like. January. Do you know what your roster's like?
Oh, January. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Well, if you find out, like, because I got my annual leave till the 16th, like
Yeah.
10th, between 10th and 16th, we could find like a 3-dayer,
Mm.
just to chuck our swags and just wing it. Because that's
Yeah.
the best trip, is like we just wing it, just camp on the side of the road illegally. Legally, sorry. Um,
I don't think it's illegal.
yeah, I don't know.
One thing I know, dude.
It's for safety anyway.
Yeah.
Too tired.
Get cleaned up by a truck.
Yeah.
Like goodbye, good night, Matt.
Good night. What a way to go. Semi-death. Anyway, with Endure, like, talking about living day to day, Cameron Haynes, like, he's another ultra runner. You know about him?
Mm.
Yeah.
I know Cameron Haynes, yeah.
So, like, he has that same philosophy. And it's a philosophy, like, of, like, a lot of Buddhists, Zen Buddhists. Like, it's a very, like, like, an old school philosophy. It's a Stoic philosophy. Is, like,
To
realizing...
live is to suffer.
Yeah, and, like, and to realize that, like, you should probably take your perspective of every day as your last day and live it as if it is such.
How did you spend your last day?
Yeah, that's the GoPro probably. That's turning off. That's right. Or
About
is
to
it?
explode?
Did it explode? Oh yeah, it's fucking hot as.
You think for like something that's supposed to be like an action cam,
Yeah, can't handle the Mildura heat.
can't handle.
Okay, I think I'll do a transition to the laptop cam. I'll just say the quality will probably drop if I do a switch or not. We'll find out. Or maybe I should just keep it on the laptop cam for now until I get a camera that can actually stay cool.
You have to get a cooler for the.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's weird that it's an action cam and it
can't handle heat.
Yeah.
That's kind of sucky.
Yeah. I never had that problem with my GoPro.
No,
No.
I feel that.
Oh, what GoPro is this?
That's a GoPro 8.
Oh fuck, fucking hell.
Yeah, I'll just leave it for the fan.
Maybe you don't put it on.
Is that hot as well?
Yeah, that's hot as.
Yeah, that'll
It's
probably.
actually hot as.
Yeah,
Just put that there.
we'll just chuck the fan on that. So actually, that's like maybe.
Yeah.
Done.
We'll be alright, but the technology is
Gonna
fuck,
blow
that
up.
almost bounced your hands
Yeah,
when you touched
kind of.
it.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. You've got calloused hands, so you can't feel it.
No, I have no feeling.
How
Yeah.
did you spend your last day? Like ideal last day.
Oh,
Like if you were to like, I would say next Tuesday you were gonna die at midnight. What would you do Tuesday?
probably everything like maybe minus naps.
Just have a nap.
No, I don't. No, I've been napping a lot recently because I've been having terrible sleep. But even when I wake up, I still do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Like I'd still want to keep working towards something. Like every day. Well, I try to anyway because I'm always working towards something. I think I wouldn't change anything I'm doing right now. Maybe except for the napping. But that's hard because I'm having shit sleep, and that's because of like personal issues.
Yeah. I think it'd be kind of much the same. I think it'd be like, I'd like to wake up, like have a decent sleep. I don't know whether I'd want to see the sun rise or not.
Yeah.
Like if it was your last day on Earth, I don't know if I'd want to spend it sleeping in.
Yeah.
As someone who wastes too much time sleeping in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like wake up, do like jiu-jitsu or something like that, and then I'd like have like a family lunch like Christmas or something, just have
Yeah.
like all my friends or something like that, hang out,
Yeah.
and then I'd go on like an adventure with the boys one
Something
last
like that.
time.
Oh, that'd
Like
be so
fuck
fun.
around, just like all the boys in one car,
Yeah.
or like a bus or something like that, and just like go somewhere and just drink and like shenanigans around town
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and just hang out. Like I think the best thing in life is just like some of my best memories are just hanging out with the boys, just
Yeah.
all the boys in one spot.
Mm.
That'd be sick.
When you bring that up, like one of the recent memories that I really love is like I went for a run last year with one of Caitlin's friends, Red, and she's
Mhm.
like a AFL worker. She works for the AFL, and she's also like an umpire. You know,
Mm.
she usually does her umpiring in Darwin, and she's working towards being in the AFL, doing umpiring in the AFL. We went for a run with her in this sort of weather where it's like 30 degrees. I think that was probably the best run I had in my life. Like the feeling of the sun, like it's not too hot where it's unbearable, but it's just right where it feels good. And you're sitting there and you're just talking mad shit while you're running. And then you come back home and you have like a nice cold drink. I'd love that be a part of my last day if the weather was just right.
Nice cold drink on a hot
Yeah.
day. Or like a nice ice cold beer
Yeah.
after like a
Oh.
long day at work.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you get like you go out and you just have that like go out to the pub with
Yeah.
the boys, just like that
Yeah.
first sip of like ice cold
Yeah.
beverage.
Play another game. Oh fuck! Play another game of D&D with Sean and talking shit. Oh, you got to meet. You're meeting Sean tonight anyway.
Is Sean coming?
He's gonna come and like it's mainly character creation, but just
Yeah.
the amount of shit talk is like it's the best when it's with mates. I'm
So who's coming tonight?
I'm Sean, David, and you,
Okay.
and we'll just do character creations, and I'll get the sheets like another day, and I'll just type up what we got so I can work with it for the story. But yeah, no, I think that'd probably be just shit talk. You're absolutely right.
Just like hanging out with the boys is like
Yeah.
the best.
It is.
Women are pretty good to hang out with every now and again,
Yeah.
but just hanging out with the boys, just like
Yeah.
one last day.
Just the boys. I don't.
Yeah, just like hanging out with the boys, just going like causing trouble and hanging out and just like all the memes.
Yeah, and do you ever feel like when like you're on this streak of just work, you're grinding for your goals, you always feel like there's that last like social part missing sometimes, like meeting up with like
Yeah, hanging out with that's why I always say everything comes down to balance.
Yeah.
I think, as cliche as it sounds, like your whole life, my big perspective thing is balance.
Yeah.
Like the one thing that I've noticed my whole life is like key to happiness is balance.
Yeah.
To be doing, like I said, you work all day, you get a cold drink. How
Yeah.
good is the cold drink?
Yeah.
If you just keep working and drinking, I don't know, warm water or something like that, it's not ideal.
Yeah.
But like, you get to work all week and then you get to hang out with your friends.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, I couldn't be the type of person that's just like grind 24/7.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like, because I think at the end of the day you have to enjoy your life. You have to slow down and smell the flowers and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, because we are, you could die tomorrow. You'd
Yeah.
be grinding to become a millionaire and working 16 hours a day and then just die.
Yeah. Well, it probably depends on your goals too.
Yeah.
Like what's meaningful to you as well.
Just doing stuff that you enjoy.
Yeah. Like Goggins wants to be the toughest man on the planet. He's gonna have to be like he says in his book. He has to be unbalanced. So he has to throw away his friends for a while to do what he has to do. Yeah, I think that's another aspect. Like, I don't think it has to be balanced sometimes, depending upon who
Well, the
you
balance
wanna
will
be.
shift. So,
Yeah.
like, there'll be times when your life where it won't be, like, 50-50. It might be 90% or even 100% work. But then after a while, you can't do that forever.
Yeah.
It's
Or
not.
can you?
It's not healthy.
It's definitely not healthy, but it depends upon what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you talk about a healthy perspective, you definitely need some
Yeah.
balance.
I think you burn out after a while. Or
Yeah.
become very mentally unwell.
Yeah. Psychotic, manic.
Yeah. Which I'd be interested to see if Goggins is.
I think I don't know. He's actually very insightful to himself.
Doesn't mean he's not mentally unwell.
Well, it depends. I guess that's a matter of perspective, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely got. Well, of course.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he mentally unwell? There's no dysfunction there.
Yeah.
Because he's actually higher functioning than like the normal person. Is he obsessive?
Yeah.
Yes. Is he a little bit delusional? Possibly, depending on your perspective.
Yeah.
Like, you could easily say his obsession with being the hardest person for no reason.
Yeah.
But then,
I don't think that's crazy though.
like, maybe 50. If you said yes, I'd be like, okay. If you said definitely not, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
If you were like, yeah, that's definitely crazy because, he's not achieving anything.
Yeah. Well, and ultimately life is meaningless anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want, because ultimately it doesn't mean anything in the long run. So you can do ridiculous shit all you want.
You may as well do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
If that's what makes you happy, then, like I said, then you were to say, no, that'd make me miserable, then okay.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think he wants to be happy. We need to get him on and talk to him about that, because I don't think he necessarily wants to. He doesn't want to be happy. He just wants to be great.
Well, I think that's what makes him happy.
Yeah. Well, not in the moment.
Yeah.
At the end
But
of
like
the day.
overall, that's what brings him pleasure.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what makes him, like when you're sitting back at the end of the day and you're going,
Mm.
has today been a good day?
Yeah.
He would say like, yes, if he's run 100 miles.
How many runs? He runs like 200. I think he said he runs up to 250 miles when he's working up to like some of the ultras. So that's a lot of fucking running.
It is.
That's like 20 miles in the morning.
I wouldn't mind
might be
doing
wrong on
like
that, though.
I wouldn't mind doing not like an ultra like running, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't mind doing like an ultra cycle
Yeah.
one day. Just like pack your shit on a bike and just like
Yeah.
ride real far.
Do you
Just go see a bunch of shit.
Do you want to come on an adventure with me then and do that? I'll definitely do that with you. That'd be fun
Okay.
as.
We could definitely try and figure something out.
Yeah.
Like get like a little like backpack on your bike
Yeah.
and stuff, and we could like pick somewhere to ride. Even if we have to drive the car with the bikes on the
Yeah.
back, drop the car off somewhere.
Yeah. It'd be the cheapest trip in the world.
Or we could like ride where's from here? What's interesting from here? We could ride to like Renmark.
Yeah. I think we could ride further than that. Renmark wouldn't take too long. It'd only take like 3 days, I reckon. We could do 100 kilometers a day or more.
Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Let's do that. Let's find like a 4-day and fucking just do it. I'm definitely
do
down
that.
for that. I'll definitely do that.
We could start small. We could do like ride to Lake Colorado, for example,
easy.
like on a weekend,
Yeah,
and then camp there the night and then ride back.
that'd be so fun. I'd love that.
Yeah.
I love doing shit like that.
We have to figure out like how do you get water and
Yeah,
food and
yeah.
like, planning that would be
I've
very...
got a life straw, but you just suck up like some sewage or some shit. No, that's nothing I do on my last day. A bike ride, a fucking bike ride, a random bike ride to nowhere.
Just like exploring.
Because that's what I do on my weekends. Like I ride my bike at random places all the time. Yeah.
Like when we rode that night.
Yeah, that's fun
Just-
shit.
Yeah.
I would have kept riding too in the flood to see where it went. But yeah, maybe we could do that tomorrow instead of going to see Avatar.
Tomorrow night. I thought we would have gone to jiu-jitsu.
Well, we could do
but-
jiu-jitsu and bike ride. You only live once, Chris.
Huh?
You only live once, Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you got to play as many video games as you can.
As possible, true.
Yeah. Watch as much anime as you can.
Yes, as much anime as possible. And get as much inspiration as possible.
Yeah. Believe it.
Believe it. So, at the end of the day, what do you want to see out of yourself then when you're like on your deathbed?
When I'm on my
like
deathbed.
I think I remember when I first got you and asked this question, and you said essentially like you would have like was it that you wanted to have a family and stuff like that.
I don't remember.
But anyway, tell me what it is now.
What do I want?
Yeah. What do you want out of your life?
I don't know. Life of meaning. I really want to retire early. Like I want to. Like
That's
I've
fine.
got my uncle and auntie that I look up to a lot. They're like 60. Because as opposed to, I know some people that are working like at 75 and they're still like not because they want to, because they have to.
Yeah.
Like, I've met people I recently.
Like John.
Yeah, I recently had an old dude at work who was like 85 and he's still a farmer full time.
Fuck me.
And he loves it. He's like,
Yeah.
this is like,
Rich
just
life.
flies around,
Yeah.
fucking doing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Ended up unfortunately breaking his leg, and that's how we met him at work.
Yeah.
But he was like super awesome. Just like
Hmm.
to be at that age and still doing what you enjoy is ultimately what I want.
Yeah.
But like talking about like my auntie and uncle, he was a chiropractor.
Hmm.
Ran his own chiropractor sort of business, but they've like retired and they live up at Bright.
Hmm.
And they for like ages, and you know they go skiing and they work during the winter and do skiing,
Yeah.
and then you know he'd be a chiropractor during the summer, and
Hmm.
they semi-retired and travelled around and stuff, and they're still like what they'd be like 60 something, 62.
Yeah.
But to be like that age, healthy, energetic, being able to like go around and actually live your life. At the end, that's probably what I would have wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be like financially set up to where I can sort of retire at that age.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking I wouldn't mind doing some sort of a job where I can run my own business, my own consultancy.
Hmm.
So probably not in healthcare, but you know
Something.
something. You know what I'm saying? Where I can dictate my own hours and I can choose how much I want to work in the end.
Yeah.
And I can pick up a bit of work for a few months and do it, and then retire. Go back and take a few months off and
Yeah.
then work, that kind of thing. Have
Yeah.
a family. I've always wanted to have a like cabin in the woods
Yeah. Who doesn't?
situation,
Yeah.
like somewhere maybe down through Victor Harbour area, Strathalbyn. Have like a bit of land, have like a nice cabin in the woods within it, like chill out, do
Yeah.
some hunting, fishing,
Yeah.
kind of just like get away from everything.
Hmm.
Like I think whilst I'm young now, I like a little bit of the hustle and bustle. I don't want to live in the city, but
Yeah.
so I can be close to things like close to jiu-jitsu and close to like your friends and
Hmm.
stuff, so I can go do stuff in town.
Yeah.
But eventually I want to, get a nice property somewhere, maybe.
If property is available
Anymore, if that's even a thing. That's
Yeah.
a concept. Remember the old days when we used to have property. You used to allowed to own property. Yeah,
in the good old days
the good old days.
when I wasn't born. When we weren't born.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you add on?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
This has been a weird podcast.
Has it been weird?
I don't know. Usually we have like a predetermined like topic, and I have like a list of things I want to
Yeah.
talk about.
I thought it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it was pretty solid.
What do you want, Matt?
You already know what I want.
To be the best
Best ninja in the world.
to be the best CrossFitter.
Yeah, none of
I think it was best athlete.
Best athlete I can. Best human being I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, best man I can. Sort of thing. Very corny shit, but basically, like I said, I'm
Like to work on improving yourself.
every day. Yeah.
The Book of Five Rings, Matt.
Yeah, Book of Five Rings.
Yeah. The way is in everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm always working towards improving myself. As as much as I can.
Perspective. Yeah.
Thank you. This has been episode 25 for Perspective.
25.
Yeah, we're going up
Oh,
there.
lucky 25. We should have done like something more special.
We should
But I
have.
mean, we're in the fuck shack.
In
So.
the Fuck Shack, yeah. In the new studio. I can't wait to actually...
With some
have a-
LED lights.
Yeah, I actually
Like
saw...
the ones that you can strip. Because
Yeah.
you'd be able to run them along here.
I saw some really cool, like, vintage ones.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think would be cool, but they're $80. And I was like, oh, I'll wait till after my holiday and I'll...
You get some LED strips
Yeah.
and you can like run them along the top of everything.
I'm showing you everything I've framed, haven't I?
Yeah.
I'll get there. And I'll try to get my mate on for a conspiracy episode soon.
Yeah.
If I get him
I
on...
need to come up with some more conspiracies.
He's got a whole list for us.
Oh, okay.
Stephen LePanny has them, so we'll get him on it. I think we should be good,
Yeah, if he comes on.
if ever.
If ever.
Yeah. I don't think he watches the YouTube version. Bye.